Arsenal just missed out on the league last season, but with 3 signings and 3 sales that I'm going to show you in this video, you can make sure your Arsenal side managed to get to the top of the Premier League and potentially even the Champions League. If you guys are excited for this video, smash the like button, as well subscribing to our FM YouTube channel so you don't miss more Arsenal content with the series right up in the iCard up above, and potentially some more transfer guides coming. But first of all, we need to know how much money we've got. £5 million. It's not ideal. By the way, this is all going to be done in original mode just because it would be really complex and annoying to do it in other modes just for this transfer guide. And the board have high expectations of you. They want you to get into the latter stages of the Champions League, which I believe means quarterfinals at least. Qualify for the Champions League, work within the budget, grow the reputation, and get 4-year contracts for first-team players. Now, if we take a look at this Arsenal side straight away, we can see that the goalkeeper position, we're fine. And I love this wee star system that they got going on. Right back, left back is a bit of a weakness, especially the left back. We've kind of got Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, but Tomiyasu's kind of the reserve right back. Cedric, you don't really want keeping around the club. He's just terrible, if I'm being completely honest. Partey's kind of a makeshift right back. So I think left back, right back, automatically you can see with the stars is a bit of an issue. Centre back though, you probably will be okay. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Kivior, you should be alright. Maybe one more would be handy, but it is what it is if you don't find one. CDM, or the central midfield region in general, kind of a bit of a priority too, with Rice, Odegaard, Partey, Zinchenko, not really going to be a central midfielder. Jorginho, Havertz, El Neni, probably not quite good enough. Vieira, Smith-Rowe, oh, maybe okay, but maybe one more in there would be handy. Right wing, you've got yourself Reece Nelson, you've got yourself Bukayo Saka, and that's kind of it. I mean, you know, Gabriel Jesus, more of your striker. Martinelli's your left winger. Smith-Rowe, maybe being an option, but an out-and-out right winger would be handy. Kind of the same to be said for your left-hand side, but I do think that you have the wee edge with having Trossard on this side, as well as all the other names, and Gabriel Jesus can, of course, play on the left wing too, but I guess he's going to be your starting striker, and with Nketiah just behind him, I think, again, you're probably going to be okay, but I don't know, maybe one more would be handy, but I think for sure that left back, right back, but you've got £5 million, let's be real here, people. You're going to take what you can get. So let's find some top quality signings for Arsenal, but first, let's see who we've gotten rid of. Starting off with the man that I didn't say was going to be very good for you. It is Cedric. We've got £4 million for him. Very happy to get that for him. But he was never going to be a top quality player for you. You do have other right back options like Tomiyasu, like White, like even Thomas Partey who can do a job there. But it's a quality thing. He's not getting any older too. He's not getting any younger, sorry. He's certainly getting older. And I think those wages coming off the bill will help you out. You got to take what you can get. And as one of your 3 signings, I think he's a bit of an easy one. Next up, you've got Reece Nelson, who I know you're saying not a sale, but look, this man is not going to get a whole lot of game time. Yes, I said on the right-hand side, you've got Saka and him, but realistically, Vieira, Smith-Rowe, you're going to be prioritising them instead. So I think loaning this man out to a top quality side like Lazio, who have got Champions League football, runner-ups in the Serie A last season, it's going to get him that great experience. I know for a fact you can get other teams as well. I did a first simulation of this, which didn't go very well, by the way. But anyway, he went to, I want to say, Atletico Madrid. I've also done one in my Arsenal save where he's gone to Newcastle, and they pay all their wages, gets him off the books for a season. He's going to come back either with a higher value or a better current ability to be a better player next season for you. He's only 23 years of age, huge value already. Yeah, just keep getting that up, and I think loaning him out is the way to do it. And I know what you're all thinking, Rex, so where's this money coming from? Well, let's be honest here. £6.25 million, it's not quite the amount of money that I know you can get for Martinelli. He snubs, trust me, I've simulated this about 5 times trying to get him to accept it, but he snubs Valencia for £15 million, which is really painful. In my save, I think I sold him for about 10 to Real Sociedad, so if you get lucky, you can get more money from him, but 6.25 is all I really needed to get the transfers I am making across the line. So El Neni has left the club, and again, it's just kind of because you have depth in that central midfield spot already, and the quality is just not quite there. He's okay, but he's not world class. So now with that money, got, what, 6 mil, 4 mil, couple more wage budgets. Let's say round it up to 12 mil with all the wages involved. That's enough money to sign a couple of players. 3 players might be a bit of a stretch, but we'll see what I can do. You already know who the first player is from the thumbnail. It is Raphinha, a man that Arsenal, of course, were targeting at the end of last season, or the start of last, I don't know. But they were targeting him recently when he signed for Barcelona. And boys, £9 million. He has just been sold for £55 million, and we've picked him up for £9 million. Could eventually rise to 15. He's already 43 to 46 million pounds worth of value. Now, if we do compare him to the man Saka, you know, that's the person that obviously we're going to be talking about in terms of us starting right winger. He's not quite on the level. We will admit that. But if we compare him to the man that we just loaned out, Reiss Nelson, it's night and day. We have seriously upgraded that position by getting this man in. I think the wages situation is a little bit generous to Raphinha, but you got to give it to him. If you wait a couple of months, they will put this man on the transfer list. You're not going to be able to sign him straight away, but they always put him on the transfer list from my experiences in FM23. Normally for around £13 million, so you could buy him for that fee, or you could get him for £9 million, put the rest on the never, and hope that he comes good. And I think with these stats, Raphinha is just a no-brainer. If you're playing with a big club that has enough budget, sign Raphinha, even to just get a profit in a couple of years. Next up, again, we're raiding the Atletico Madrid side, and I would not have put this in if he was not so good in my beta save. He has been incredible for me. Loaning him in for just £50,000 per week is a no-brainer, and you can actually end up signing him for £17.75 million in the end. I have also signed him in the past where you got him for like £9 million in the end, but I think that was in the January transfer window. Obviously, the longer you wait, the more their price decreases. But he is able to play in that central midfield role, cam role, left back role, left wing role. Probably not quite a left back, but you know what I mean. He is versatile. He gives a lot to the table. And that central midfield spot it's kind of light. It's not really light, but he's a very cheap player. And I think he's a bit of an easy one when you're just trying to look for quality that is really cheap. And right now, obviously, we're not even paying for him. So Thomas Lemar, thank you for coming over here. But the final signing, this is what I was saying before, Atletico Madrid, I'm rating you because I've realised the first signing was not Atletico Madrid. But La Liga, we're rating you. It is Hermoso, and he absolutely fixes 2 problems. 1, the left-back problem. 2, the centre-back problem. He is able to play both of those positions really well. Ignore that 2.5-star current ability. This man has already got some great stats. If you compare him with our starting centre-back, well, one of them at least, Gabriel, yes, Gabriel is better, but he's not far away, this man. If you actually go to attributes, you can see a lot of stuff coming in the favour of Hermoso. Yes, the mentals and physicals are absolutely Gabriel's to take, but this man has got ability, and he is certainly knocking around those first-team squads for a reason. Playing a lot of games in the Atletico Madrid side. Sold for £22 million years ago. We're snapping him up for £5.5 million. Could eventually rise to £9 million. A big wage, but that's kind of what you pay for when you got a good player like this. No other left-footed centre-backs that I'm aware of at Arsenal. I believe Kivior is right nose. Yeah, okay. Well, scratch that, ignore that. But anyway, it's still a very good signing, able to round out your team. And I think with the amount of money that we had, these 3 signings are pretty good. Jorginho is not a player that I need to mention right now. Lemar, who else? Hermoso and Raphinha. None of them going to be starting, but definitely filling out that bench, filling out that squad a wee bit better. And with only £5 million at the start, I think I've improved it. Admittedly, you are in a bit of debt now, but hey, the game's the game, isn't it? You sell El Nini for a little bit more. You have a little bit more up front in the deal for Cedric. You'll be fine. You won't have any debt. You'll be all good. So, thank you guys so much for watching this one. If these transfers work for you, let me know down in the comment section below. Tell me who you sign instead if you absolutely despise these transfers. I think that they work pretty well, and it looks like your Arsenal team is shaping up very nicely. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new around here. I'll see you all. Ooh, I nearly burped there. Later.